Overclockers UK sent me the Raijintek Asterion Classic in black. You can get it in silver and the Plus model too. This is the spec for both, and as you can see they both fit e-atx cases, although the Classic actually has tempered glass side panels, which I'll talk about a little bit more later, but they do have their kind of pros and cons to them. Otherwise, the rest of the case is a sort of subtle brushed aluminium. It's certainly not too showy offy, although you do have tempered glass on both sides. At the top of the front, you do have a power button with a power LED around it, and just above that you have the 4 USB 3 ports, as well as the headphone and microphone jack, and a plastic panel that you can remove quite easily with 3 clips from the inside, which allows you to either easily install water cooling radiators up to, I believe, 360mm, or you can just use it as a nice easy access when you're installing stuff like the 8-pin power connector for your motherboard. Otherwise, up the top you do have a lot of space. And you also have, as I said, the tempered glass, which as usual comes with these sort of 4 rubber thumb screws sitting on rubber mounts. This is actually tinted glass as well. On the front of the case you do have 2 120mm LED fans sitting on the removable bracket that you can add water cooling radiators and fans to, and obviously the air does get sucked in from the sides as opposed to the front, which does mean that there's a little bit of a sort of flow restriction in air. Down the bottom you have a Raijintek branded sort of power supply cover, and you also do have a lot of space up the top, although the actual motherboard tray is fairly blank. There's a couple of grommeted holes there for you too. On the back you do have your standard 8 PCI slots, although they are actually covered with another sort of piece of metal, and these are actually external as well, so you will need to install your graphics card effectively in screwing it in on the outside. On the back you do have a lot of space for cable management, although it's tempered glass back here too, so that is something to make note of. And down the bottom you have space for your power supply, as well as a dual 3.5-inch or 2.5-inch hard drive cage. Otherwise, it is fairly easy to build in. One thing I would note though is that while you can take the top off quite easily to access stuff, and the actual hard drive cage, or the hard drive sleds themselves, I checked, this is how it's meant to be installed in the manual, so that was quite strange. You can also attach the hard drives to the top of the power supply cover or onto the back of the motherboard tray, but yeah, if you do install it like that, it is a little bit strange, but as I said, actually installing hardware isn't too bad, except for the PCI covers, which are actually at the back and to the exterior. The fans themselves, these are what they look like, the stock ones when you power them up, and as you can see, despite using an m-atx motherboard, there is actually a lot of room in here. This is meant to fit e-atx motherboards as well, so do bear that in mind. Otherwise, once you put the tinted side panel on, it is actually quite difficult to see anything unless you have very bright LEDs inside, so just to give you a quick idea, I'll show you in a second what the fans at the front look like with the lights off through the tempered glass panel. So that's kind of that. So a few quick notes on the case. First of all, building in it is actually really easy, especially because you can take the top cover off. It makes installing stuff like the 8-pin power connector or air cooler is just so much easier. It's not my personal favourite way of installing radiators though. That goes to the Phanteks N2 Evolve with the tray that you can pull out and install the radiator outside the case and then put it in. But this is probably my second favourite way, as there's nothing in the way there. It's just nice and easy. One thing I would note though is that it's quite barren inside, and also there is a lot, if you want to install graphics cards, there's a lot of sort of steps in the way, and it's kind of unnecessarily difficult. You have to have quite a long screwdriver to be able to basically attach the PCI cards all the way from at the back where they are, which is a bit of a pain. Most cases have an indent for the graphics cards and then a small cutout at the back of the case sort of on the edge, so you can get your screwdriver in quite easily there. But this one has them hanging out at the back of the case, which does mean that the rear I/O is flush with the back of the case, but at the same time there is a quite annoying back cover that covers the screws that you go into the side of the graphics card, and that doesn't latch on anywhere at all. You just have to hold it perfectly in place, screw one in, and then hold it in place again to screw the bottom screw in. So if you want to change a graphics card, instead of just opening the side panel, taking out the power connectors, undoing the 2 screws, and then just pulling it out, you now have to undo the back 2 screws, undo the 2 screws that hold in the graphics card, open the side panel, blah 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 blah. So it is a little bit more difficult and a little bit more annoying as well. So I'd personally like to see that the more normal method, but otherwise it is still a fairly functional case. On the accessory side of things, It was basically just a small bag full of screws that was sort of cable tied to the top of the case, and what I would call minimalist manual sort of shoved down the front in the front of the fans. So if you're looking for a very nice accessoried case, again the Phanteks Enter Evolve comes in a little box with everything in in order, a very nice manual that's very detailed and all that sort of stuff. So again, the reason I'm comparing these two is because especially the Phanteks Enter Evolve Tempered Glass Edition, that one is basically the same price as this, and obviously I personally prefer the non-tempered glass edition, which is I think something like £30 to £40 cheaper anyway, so that's just awesome. But yeah, either way, I think if I was going to choose between the two, I'd personally go with the Phanteks case. This one is still very nice, does have some nice water cooling features, especially a removable panel at the front where you can install your radiators and fans. The pre-installed fans are fairly quiet, but the LEDs are fairly dim inside, and the tempered glass on either side is very much tinted. It's not tinted so much on the back side that you can't see, the massive wiring mess, which can be a bit of a pain, and it can also be a bit of a pain to just physically cable manage stuff back there before trying to put the glass panel on. And obviously with glass panels you just have to be even more careful than any other case, that you don't push stuff on too hard and have it sort of shatter in your face. So yeah, that's my kind of my main notes, I guess. In terms of scoring, I think I'm going to go for a 3.5 for value for money. In terms of performance, I'm going to go with a 4. In terms of functionality, I'm going to go with a 4 as well, especially because of the accessories game there. In terms of styling, I'm going to go with a 4 and TechteamGB score of 4 too. I think it's going to go for a silver award. If they had a nicer accessories sort of set, especially when you're comparing it to the same price Phanteks Enter Evolve, which again fits all the same sort of hardware, the Phanteks one just wins hands down. It's absolutely fantastic the way it does that. So if they had that, I'd be a lot more impressed to give it something like a gold award. But yeah, I guess that's kind of that really. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to hit the like button and subscribe. Feel free to follow me on Facebook and Twitter as well. If you want to buy one of these cases, I've got an Overclockers affiliate link now, so please do use that. And if you're buying anything else at OverclockersUK, feel free to use the generic link there too. And yeah, other than that, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. As I said, feel free to subscribe, like, and let me know what you think of this case in the comments down below. Do you like tempered glass cases, or is this just a fad that you'll see go away soon? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to have a chat with you. And yeah, on that, thanks for watching, and we'll see you all in the next video.